Anyway? Yes. No, that's accurate. This is Ethan. I'm much taller. We had a chart.
दूसरा लॉगिन दो
Okay, so I need to do.
Yeah.
Dr. Crumble gave me her login.
Yeah, you can just Dr. Kamal Mandal.
Okay, and don't close this.
Open new.
All right. Well, I'm okay now. I can open up Google later, but I have the internet here. So, all right, let's go. What's that? People? So Madam is on the we wait to see. I can start. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Nice to see you again. And I look forward to today. How is my English? Do I sound like a Texan? And do I sound like an American? I have an American accent.
So give your feedback. Give your feedback.
We are getting you easy.
I have to listen to your accent also. Okay.
So we are comfortable.
Welcome.
Yes. Any other feedback?
Good to see you.
From this side?
So we are comfortable with your listening.
You're
They are
comfortable?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I hope to cause you to analyze and think about entrepreneurship today. We will start with the Dalit. Am I saying that correctly? The entrepreneur? Okay. And plan to have you in teams, the same teams as yesterday, all right, and talk maybe 10 minutes about the Dalit entrepreneurship, and I want the leader to then summarize what your group thought about it and analyzed. Then we will move on to, let's see.
They need to be in the groups, no? They need to be in groups.
Yes, we'll
Yes, make your groups as per yesterday's group. Fast.
All right, let's go.
Summarize yourself.
And then we will talk about the okay?
As per your groups yesterday, you are not there, you make a new group.
10 minutes. 10 minutes. Join this group here.
Okay.
He knows Mario.
Yeah, he knows.
Yes,
Okay.
I met him.
Oh, nice.
How is it here? How is it going on the art? Are you all meet? Are you a group? No. Yeah. You're new. Okay, you're all right. Someone explain what we're doing. Sonu, you want to explain the group what we're doing?
Sorry, Professor, for being late.
Okay. Explain to them the group process, what we're doing right now, please.
So we are basically studying the entrepreneurship, what is entrepreneurship and how the companies are doing. Yesterday we saw some interviews of then he was saying that how the entrepreneurship is going and what difficulties we have faced and what was the condition some years ago and in other countries and what is right now the condition and how the entrepreneurship is right now going on in our country and what basically are the challenges that we are facing and how they can be overcome. This is what we are doing.
Thank you. We have some new members, and I asked Sonu to explain the group process, and so we'll give some time. We're giving 10 minutes for them to talk about the article together as a team, and then they will, the leader will explain what they learned or thought about the article.
Yeah, but I have distributed the article to all others also who are joining.
Okay.
Have you gone through that? So being in a group, you just discuss among yourself about that article and Professor will ask them questions.
How are you? Okay. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, I recognize you. Can you hear me? Yes.
Mainstream. They are helping hands with big companies, big tycoons, big business tycoons. Mainstream. They are deprived citizens of society. Now they are
That sounds like our current age.
Underline the important points that you feel is important.
State next to industry. Oh, where the other university is south.
Their acceptance in market is even so much. They are working as supporting companies for giants, their industry. So, they don't mainstream, like we have the
Yeah, they're here. Okay, just about 3 or 4 more minutes, and we'll finish.
Feedback who's playing the people
Okay, can we start?
Okay. Let me stop you and ask for some responses from you now. Let me ask someone, this is completely voluntary, to give a brief summary of the article. Okay, what was it about? Would someone be willing to volunteer? Okay. Please stand. Okay, summarize the article.
Thank you, sir. So basically, this article is based on the Dalit entrepreneurs. PM Narendra Modi lighting the inaugurated the National Conference of Dalit Entrepreneurs organized in New Delhi, and some of the ministers with him also in this campaign on 125th birth anniversary of B.R. Ambedkar. And this particular article is based on the Dalit entrepreneurs, which type of difficulty they are facing. And one of the entrepreneur who is from Dalit background, which is name is Santosh Kamble. He is 37 years old, and he is having the industry of leather bags and nylon. Now here he is having more than 150 clients all over the India, and he is having 6 crore turnover right now, and he is targeting 20 crores. Riding on the new, and he is having planning to start new manufacturing unit, and also government helps to start new initiatives like PSU having more than 3 lakh crore turnover. They have to spend around 12,000 crore rupees to SC/ST candidates for their development, for their investments. However, the same examples, PM Narendra Modi also introduced the Stand Up India campaign in which they start women, Dalit women, SC/ST candidates, and women who belong from SC/ST caste, and it will help to start a new ventures for Dalit according to this article. One problem it also mentioned in there that SC entrepreneurs continue to face discrimination in food sector. They are having problems like in manufacturing, food manufacturing sector. They are not well nowadays because moreover quality is a result of a network of existing entrepreneurs which Dalit lack. Hence, they need much more hand holding of foods. So in this particular sector of manufacturing food sector, they are lacking till now. So
Okay. All right. I think that's the main. I think that's the main idea of the article, and there is a saying, cultural saying in English that a rising tide lifts all boats. That means if you're on the ocean, the Bay of Bengal, in the water, the moon draws the water level up, all the boats in the water go up with it. Yes, and okay, so when you're helping the Dalits in India, the basic economy, that class is also lifting the economy of India. Helping them helps India. Helping them helps the economy. And the education level, the gross domestic product, the economy in general is all help. And I think that is a good thing. Let me call on one of you, Amala. Okay. Would you please explain the significance of Ambedkar's 125th birthday? Why is he so significant?
Yeah, he was from the Dalit family and he stand up for the Dalits, and nowadays I think he is becoming politicized. All the parties are taking favor of him by what can I say, building his statues and like that. Now
Okay.
he is a politicized
Great.
personality.
Thank you. He's considered a revolutionary. Okay? All right. So what I would like you to do with Deepak and your group will go around like this today, and I want to pass the microphone. And I'd like you summarized the article. What your team discussed were the important points of it, please.
right.
Or discuss what your team talked about with the, about the article. What did you learn? What did you take from the article?
So first we discuss, then we have to say, or we have to start one by one.
What you discussed by you alone, not one by one.
You already discussed, na?
Yeah, we have already discussed.
Okay.
Updated information.
Oh, okay. No, what did your team talk about when you discussed the article?
Sir, we had discussed about this article that nowadays government of India is planning to start some new ideas like stand-up campaigning, in which SC/ST candidates are more uplifting.
Right. Okay. Thanks. Okay. That's kind of
Next team. Next team.
Yes.
We think the government takes so many initiatives for the Dalits, and it is growing, but the growing rate is very small for the Dalits. So it's our duty to be remove the discrimination which the Dalits have to be faces, and it's our responsibility. We have to do something for that. We can't do discrimination with the Dalits people. they grow their level little rapidly.
All right.
We discuss about the Modi government improve for Dalit. Discuss. They conducted a birth anniversary on Ambedkar Jayanti and introduced to scheme improve social and economic condition of Dalit.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Sir, our team discussed the article and concluded that the same thing yesterday Sarita was telling, that in Dalit caste, Dalit community, they are facing very difficulty in field of food industry. The same is mentioned in this article that Krishna, the SC entrepreneur, says that business of food is difficult for Dalit. The reason being they are deprived and they are told that they are, in Hindi you say, untouchable. So this is a factor that Dalit are not successful in food industry. Otherwise, if we see in mainstream, they are not in mainstream. They are helping hands for giant industry, giant entrepreneurs. Like mentioned in article that Tata, Bajaj, for all these companies, for all these giant entrepreneurs, they are working as helping hands, like welding industry, spare part makers. So they are not in mainstream. The article's headline is itself saying that miles to go for Dalit. And it is a great news that our government is supporting Dalits. We are very positive that it will be boon for Dalits and it will be great.
Very good. Good analysis.
Hello sir, my team is discussed about this topic. Here in this article it's mentioned our government expected benefit 125,000 entrepreneurship next 3 years. But the question is this: how we reach this figure? Even this now condition is that we can't eat food of who make by SC/ST categories. One of my friend research on this topic, food and health in Dalit in Kerala state. She found out because of Dalit livelihood conditions, they can't get jobs there because of their untouchable regions and all those things. So that question is how we can reach that things when our thinking is like that of that place where 100% of literacy level in India. So that is the big question of this article. We are thinking about it, and thing is that our friends that told us every joint ventures company they come out, but only for one sector we can't grow our Dalit. We have to do anything like that. We have to initiate like that. We go and eat food there. Our politicians are do these things, but only for their publicity and all those things. So we can say whenever we can say if our mindset is not changed, we can't say that our Dalit entrepreneurship become grow.
Thank you. Good. All right. The last team.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, what I could analyze from this case is that we must be aware that there are different internal as well as external factors prevailing in the country. The move from the government towards the upliftment of the Dalit entrepreneurs is very good and boosting, because the government has also started startup fund and Government of India initiatives that will give certainly a boost to the Dalit people, not only to the Dalit people but also to the other people as well.
So as we can see from the reports that different corporates like Tatas and Marutis have sourced their goods or articles from these entrepreneurship workshops where they have been set it up. Second thing, what I have found in this is the cultural problem. Cultural problem in what sense? Because as one of my friends said that in India, caste system and untouchability are a few most things. People won't like to have a food from an untouchable person, whom they call that it is a sort of untouchable person. But I fail to understand because what I have studied in management, there are some different things like I don't know the proper place, but it is set up in India. There the tables, the restaurant tables set up it there, they are just like flush toilets. But Indian people, irrespective of their thinking, they eat over there. So I am just amazed to see that if people are just adapting these things, they can eat on a table that look like a shit pot. So how are they in this era? They are just means believing in such type of untouchability, and so
That is toilet restaurant.
yeah, toilet restaurant, exactly. 40 restaurant, 40 restaurant, 40 restaurant, yeah. 40. The food is served in that, it's just made like a shit. It looks completely like shit. Yeah. So there are no program decisions we can say that can work in here. Apart from these, as you said that Mr. Ambedkar, he was a revolutionary. He has worked for the upliftment of the poor. His aim was to, he was a visionary person, and his aim was to make sure that every person gets equal right. So as we can see, in the SC entrepreneurs, Tamil Nadu ranks the highest, as well as Punjab ranks the lowest. And in ST entrepreneurs, Madhya Pradesh ranks the highest, with 7.02 and Gujarat 3.47. But certainly there are some government policies as well as there are cultural factors that are still affecting the Dalits and the business environment in India. Thank you.
Okay, very excellent analysis and good comments from all of you and all of the teams. I hope this challenged you to think about an area of entrepreneurship that's not often talked about. Scheduled castes or scheduled tribes. What are the people doing? But when you, as a student here at this university, have been given a lot because of your education, what you wear and what you eat, you can help others who are not as educated, who are not as wealthy as you. And I hope that is part of the message. This article was written on April 16th of this year, 2016. And I think there is a significant trend in India about entrepreneurship at the dollar level. So if you can help that or have an opportunity to give or to participate, I encourage you to do so. And it can't just be done by the government. It really has to be done by others too. Okay, well let's finish up this topic, and I hope it does stay with you or you remember and you'll read about it. But would anyone like to contribute one other thought, one other comment? Anyone else? Okay. Well, let's move on, and we will change to the next topic. My goal in this course is to start with a broad overview of India and entrepreneurship in India. Look at some statistics, data that represents the country overall. So let me change the slides. Okay. You can see on the screen now that this is called the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor. It's sometimes called the GEM 2016 report. And when, not requiring this for the class, but when you have an opportunity to look at this and some of the statistics, it's a large 256-page file report, which you can get it free online. And it's very informative about India. If you go up here and put search for India, just the word India, it will zoom down the report and give you information. Today, I want to summarize what is said about India. If you have questions about the index or some of the statistics, please go find the report, search through it, and it can answer a lot of your questions. Okay, to begin with, here under population, they listed 1,259,000,000 as the population. The gross domestic product is 249 billion. The per capita is 1,000 in US dollars, 1,624 as of 2014. So again, as you become entrepreneurs and better your skills, you will help raise that overall gross domestic product. And for small, medium enterprises, small companies that contribute to the GDP, it's only 9%. And compared with other countries, we will look at some rankings, but that's not a whole lot. And another good report mentioned here is Doing Business, the World Bank's Doing Business, and we will look at the statistics. You can see here that India ranks 55 out of 100, or the rank is 130 out of 189, but that is a percentile of where India ranks. And you can help bring that up. And then the World Economic Forum, which meets in Switzerland each year, is the World Bank starting a business rating there. The World Economic Forum is 4.3 out of 7 on an index, competitiveness rating, and again they rank 55 out of 140. So that actually means 85 countries are lower than India. Okay, what that means, here is the URL for the report, and you will get that in the printed booklet. But this is a summary that I took away, and I had 5 things. One, societal values supporting entrepreneurship are not strong in India. And what I think what they're meaning by societal values is coverage in the media. Is it in the news? You hear a lot from the government that say, oh, good, like I'm saying to you, become entrepreneurs, start your own businesses. That it's a good value, but the supporting value in India is not strong. Would you all agree?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How can you change that? The supporting values. How can you make it better? Just raise your hand if you'd like to comment. Yes.
So people actually don't know how to start a business. People don't know how to start a business.
Okay.
They know that okay, we will start, but what is the procedure? They don't know, and what methods they should follow, and how they should get the help from the government or some other things. They don't know the actual the steps and the rules and regulations. All this, how they should do this.
I agree. Yes.
So if it should be, if anything can be done like something, and some NGOs will help them in giving them the details that how they can get the help, how they awareness among the people that how if they are going to start a business that they should do these formalities, and the rules in India are also complicated for any purpose. So if they can be done by law level so that the path will be easy for even a small poor person, that if he has a talent and he know now I can do it and this is the way, then it will be better for him.
Okay. Good. Go ahead.
So yes, sir, as you said yesterday that in US, if someone wants to start his business, he can start within 2 or 3 weeks. Yesterday you said. But India, if someone wants to start his business or any manufacturing, then he wants to get with a long process, having formalities, taking permission from central, from state, from district. It's very difficult to start a process. It's a very complicated process, and it takes more than if a person knows the process, how to start, what is the formality, how we have to go. It's really difficult to start a process. It's really difficult to get into a process.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, that's
Sir, as far as I will take 1 minute. As far as these summaries, these are the crux of this report is there. I disagree with the first point. Societal values supporting entrepreneurship are not strong in India. In fact, it may be from a different perspective or from a Western media, I can say. But if we deeply understand the social fabric of India, the entrepreneurship is deeply rooted in India since long. And before the Britishers came to India, when Britishers made India as a colony, entrepreneurship was a part and parcel of everybody's life. During some period when Britishers ruled India, the entrepreneurship spirit was low. Yeah. But now again it has come up. And if we see the caste system we were talking about, it was not much prevalent during that time. And as far as businessmen are concerned, you can see the topmost business, as I was talking, number 2 or 3, Steel King, Lakshmi Nivas Mittal, he hails from India, and many top business personality all across the world, they come from India. But certainly I accept that due to political lack of political willpower and stringent government rules after independence, certainly the spirit has declined. So that is why this global entrepreneurship monitor is, I think, conducted by World Bank. It's conducted by World Bank. Ma'am, can you see? Yeah. It is their perspective, but our perspective as an Indian, it's conducted by that report. Yeah. World Bank. It is conducted by World Bank. So my point of view as an Indian is that this first point is not okay, because they must have studied, they must have interviewed. That's all.
okay. Please.
Thank you, Dr. Anand. In fact, I very much agree with his point which he has mentioned here, that first point is not exactly what was mentioned here. Societal values supporting entrepreneurship are not strong in India. It is, but what is required from my perspective, being a teacher and pediatric from this very subject, what I feel is, that's what this boy has said, that instead of, right now people have a lot many ideas, and in fact India has a lot many entrepreneurs. What is required is a right direction for them to divert their energy into a positive direction. And for that, I think government has to think now that they have some nodal agency instead of NGOs and others. They could be supportive, but they can't be a mainstream line. So government has to set up some nodal agency where one can have all sort of entrepreneurship related information under one umbrella. That could be the only way through which we can motivate more and more entrepreneurs to shape their ideas. Otherwise, each one is an entrepreneur. In India, what is required is a supportive hand, which can only come through the awareness, creating an awareness about this, how they can proceed, from where they can get a funding, what are the different sources, from where they have, what are the different formalities that they have to go through. If those processes will be made easier, like an income tax procedures, I think in coming years we will find more number of people to come out as an entrepreneur.
Okay. Again, it is so important to me that we have discussions like we're having today. And you need to hear what they're saying, they need to hear what you're saying, and what I'm understanding